Summer has finally arrived, and as always at this time of year, despite the daylight lasting until nearly 10 p.m., there are still not enough hours in the day to get everything done. I suppose you could see this as being stressful, but I actually really like it. I love juggling a whole bunch of projects and allowing myself the freedom to choose what I want to do at any given time, and then also just to see my visions coming to life. Everything grows so fast at this time of year. We left the homestead just for a couple of nights to camp out in the mountains, and I swear the plants were bigger when we got back. This month we undertook the massive project of putting a new roof on our house. Not only a new roof though, it also needed new roof rafters. And this was hands down the biggest job I've ever undertaken, and it required quite a bit more skill than any previous building project that I have done. So I'm really proud that not only were we brave enough to do this project, but we also had the necessary skills and determination to make this happen successfully. Because of the risk of rain, the project had to be done really fast. I would say we had about 10 full days into it, sometimes just myself and Greg, but a lot of the time with the help of friends and family. It really does take a village. The strawberries have been incredible this year. We've had issues in the past with critters eating them before we even get the chance to pick, but we've solved this problem by covering the patch with row cover, at least temporarily. Oh my gosh, that is so good. If you have never eaten a fresh strawberry straight off the plant, you are really missing out on something good. But luckily, they're pretty easy to grow. You can grow them as a potted plant in your window or on the porch. I know people who have done that. Or if you have a little yard, you can just plant them. The only tricky thing is keeping the critters out. But I promise you, it is worth every bit of effort because there is absolutely nothing better than a fresh strawberry. Like, they don't even compare. What you buy in the grocery store, unless it's like fresh and local, is not a strawberry. Those ones that are all white in the middle, not even the same thing. Look at that. So good. The new heifers that we recently brought home are starting to settle in. We named them Paisley and Wiley. Paisley is the sweetest thing and already loves to be brushed and petted. Wiley is quite a bit more suspicious and high-strung. It's definitely going to be a challenge winning her trust. These two heifers are already a year old and haven't had a huge amount of human contact, so I'm actually pretty happy with how fast they have been warming up to us. So we have all these beautiful strawberries, and I was thinking of making strawberry shortcake, but we are out of baking powder, it turns out. So instead I'm just going to melt some chocolate and make some little chocolate dipped strawberries for dessert, which is really something you absolutely cannot go wrong with. gardens are incredibly beautiful this year. I love them for the peace that they bring me and the food they provide, but also for another reason. I kind of view them as a work of art, and tending them, planting, pulling weeds, and making them beautiful is really my true motivation. When the golden light hits the leaves in the late afternoon, there is nothing more awe-inspiring. Creating my own beautiful corner of this world has been a cornerstone of this chapter of my life, and I used to spend a lot more time exploring the world, traveling, and maybe someday I will again, but for now I feel driven to sink my roots deep and build a strong connection with my home and with this land and really establish a sense of place. Oh my god, it is so beautiful out this morning. This water like never warms up. This is the one place where all summer long you will like get goosebumps and your skin will get all like numb and tingly when you stay in for too long. Like, I mean, maybe at the end of August it's a little bit less cold, but like seriously, what a way to start the day. And this spot is actually somewhat, it's not really a secret spot, so it can get kind of crowded on really hot days. The secret is you have to come first thing in the morning, because at a certain time of year and a certain time of day, the the sun like hits the water in a way where it just like glows like bright green. It is the most incredible thing. Like right now behind me, like you see how the water is like lighting up blue-green. Ah, this world is so beautiful. It's amazing. So lucky to be here. Learning to cook in the wood-fired oven that Greg and I built last summer has been more of a challenge than I expected, but I finally feel like I'm starting to master it. Keeping the oven at the right temperature takes a lot of attention and is really quite different from cooking with a regular oven, just because you have to keep an eye on it all the time. But it's definitely worth it. The food comes out so good. And it also has the added bonus that during the summer it doesn't heat our kitchen up like the regular oven would. So we've been cooking outdoors every chance we get. We've made dinner, we've made loaves of bread, we even seared a steak up in there. The possibilities are pretty endless, and I feel like we're just getting started. And similar to the gardens, the food cooked in this oven also feels like a work of art, another piece of something beautiful in this life that I'm putting together. And the oven itself too is something that I'm really proud of and something that I think just adds beauty to my life.